It's the northeastern corner. Chris Walker is there with plenty of time. I'd love to see him in the clear lead today and see if he's still got the old pace, Chris.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see him get some ball out wide. I think it'll be a good link at the back there for the halves as well.
Played a bit of fullback in his career at NRL level, Chris, whilst a noted winger. He certainly has played one and a fair bit of centre. As we know, he's started the season playing centre for the Eels. As we approach 12 minutes now gone in this round 16 clash. 4-0 to the home team. And there's Manu Kafawa throwing a pass that had risky written all over it. It comes back, yeah, it was 6 more. So we now see Tom Humble. He was tackled by his opposite number, Cody Walker. This is Ryan down the short side, this western corridor at Ringrose Park. Now from Hunt away to Armit, a dummy, took them on, shouldered his way through the first line of defence. It was Goldsmith that he ran over the top of. Humble, Mortimer, bodies in motion. Chris Walker, little kick through, in touch, in goal, back to the 20 we come.
Yeah, it was lucky it wasn't a shepherd there. I see a Wentworth Magpie come flying in front of Chris Walker, almost takes out a defender in Eileen Gordon there, and there's a little bit too much meat on the grubber.
Yeah, too many wheat picks this morning. Yeah, that man running as the decoy you referred to as Rennie Matua. I mentioned earlier in the call, Paul Osborne and Stephen Kearney here. They'd be focusing plenty of their attention on Rennie to see where he's up to in the fitness stakes. This would be what, I guess, his 4th week back. We've seen him a couple of times when he debuted for Wentworthville against Newtown about a month ago. He was absolutely outstanding. All of his touches, just supreme quality. Here's Fatiaki to play it, back to Goldsmith. Walker. And now it's Junior Paulo. Just look to be lacking a bit of spark, Windsor, at the moment, Lee.
Yeah, definitely. You see Paulo there. He's got a good offload on him. He always goes in, attracts a few defenders, and pops that ball out the back.
Here's a towering kick by Syker. Well taken, Chris Walker. That almost brought snowflakes. That was that high. And Walker tackled. The only of the Walker brothers still playing, Lee. The others have all given it away. Short side burst now by Itu Yasali.
He's a strong runner too, Etu of the ball. I'd like to see him get some more runs on the ball.
Manu Kafawa. If you've just joined us, my co-commentator this week, Lee Bennett, former Balmain Ride Eastwood skipper, filling in for Peter Mulholland. Of course, Drury is down there sunbaking.
Someone gave me some sunscreen, Tappy.
You said they were summer-like conditions and you first crossed today. I thought, yeah, that's true, minus 20 degrees. Kick downfield, and getting back there is Croft. Too much on it. Back to the 20.
Yeah, the kick a little too big there, but it's good to see Windsor getting in the arm wrestle of the game here, and they'll take it back with a 20-metre restart.
Of course, a major representative fixture coming up for the New South Wales Cup players and Queensland Cup players. The traditional curtain raiser to Origin 3 next Wednesday night, July 6. The New South Wales Cup representative team has been chosen. We'll actually show you that team later on today's program at the back end of the show, when we're looking at the results and previewing upcoming matches, etc. That'll be an absolute cracker, Lee, and certainly a reward for a lot of hard work by some very good players at New South Wales Cup level.
Oh, definitely, and it's such a strong competition. I imagine the team will be quite strong and give Queensland a run for their money.
All right, here we go on tackle 5. Windsor on the attack. Walker kicks. It came off Tom Humble. Back into the arms of a Windsor player. The lock forward, in fact, Lafayette. That's 6 more tackles. So, for the first time in this game, Windsor having a little bit of luck. Goldsmith, Walker, inside ball now to Shane Blackett in jumper 23 into the action at the 16th minute mark. Wide to the open side. Syker has a runner coming back on the angle. It's Joseph Paulo, now away to Lafayette. And Lafayette tackled there by Matty Hunt, and it was a tackle that had to be made. So a great chance now for the Wolves. Cody Walker out to Fatiaki, and he threw the ball over his right shoulder, unfortunately surrendering possession.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate for the Windsor Wolves there. They had some great vision here, gone out wide. They probably cut them. They should have gone through the hands, or maybe a face ball across to the fullback, and unfortunately sort of pushed the pass a little too late, and went with full dive on it.
Yep, Ryan Walker out on the left flank had an unopposed passage to the line. If he had have got the footy in his hands, it would have been 4-all. There's a long ball from Savage on the outside to Uasale. Uasale in open pasture. Coming across is Croft. He's got support on the inside. It's Savage. He hits the afterburners, and Troy Savage will race away and score for Wentworthville. That has gone the length of the field. 8 points to nil, kick to come.
Well, that's a fantastic try, and I only spoke about Etu a little earlier. I said I'd like to see him get a little bit more ball, and as we see here, he gets in some space and takes off. And he's a strong man. He's like a granite bench top with legs, and we'll see that a little bit later. He can run over the top of people, but find some space here. Well, Windsor coming across in defence, but Troy Savage, he finds the right man in Troy. Savage got plenty of pace, and he'll find the line and get another 4-pointer for the Wentworthville Magpies.
Gee, he was being chased by two Windsor players, Savage, and he just found something extra, didn't he? Scooted away. A granite bench top with legs.
Definitely, Etu.
Oh,
Etu. I've played with him and against him for many years, and he can run over the top of a few plays.
All right. Now Humble, the conversion is successful, so Wentworthville, the Magpies, 10 points to nil leaders over Windsor. Let's go down for a comment to the sideline, Drury.
Yeah, Troy Savage pedalled to the metal there. He really burnt them when he had to. I thought Windsor were close enough to make a play for the tackle, but Savage is showing his pace. And I've got to say, Troy Savage has been outstanding in the backs for Wentworthville the last few weeks. It all started from Uasale, as you guys mentioned, but I just thought Tuasa rushed a little early out of the line there, creating the opportunity for Etu down the short side.
He certainly did, I agree with you. The right winger for Windsor rushed in when he didn't need to. It's all right to have the benefit of hindsight and replays, isn't it? The players have got to do it as they see it at the time. Meanwhile, Danny Howard plays it for Wentworthville. This is Rennie Matua. He's back slammed over there by Shane Blackett. Now the kick from Daniel Mortimer. Straight down the centre, bounces once into the waiting arms of Kieran Croft. Croft was tackled by the man that kicked the ball, Mortimer. Good inspiring stuff by Daniel to chase his own kick and be there in the first line of defence. Goldsmith pass away. The Wolves a couple of metres on their own side of halfway. I made the comment, Lee, that Matt Hunt looks a bit fitter this year. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. He's looking a lot fitter. And he's quite the competitor. He's really tough, and he likes to get in there and do a lot of a good workload.
Yep, looked like being one of the next big things at one stage. I remember back in about 2002-2003, he was a part of the Rabbitohs Jersey Flegg Elite Development Squad, or it was called the Reds program. Rabbitohs Elite Development Squad, and he was brought down from the Gold Coast and he's been at a couple of clubs since. Hasn't quite lived up to his potential for whatever reason. Here's a replay of the kick from Syker.
Yeah, you can see a bit of pressure coming in through there, and they've put the ball down. I don't think he was quite ready for it, but Wenty, and he's just put the ball down to the side, and it gives Windsor a good position to attack here.
The girls out having a look at the footy and a little drinky. Croft. They've got good support here, Wentworthville. It's a very strong rugby league club. As we watch Windsor now, across to the open side, this is Sarafu Fatiaki. And he was hit by Danny Howard, and Fatiaki will play it back to Goldsmith. Now Syker. Syker, we haven't seen him really play straight today. He's been a catch and pass man, or sort of going more sideways. I'm sure that's something his coach will speak to him about at half time. Now Croft Inside to Tayausa. They come back towards the centre. This is Cody Walker. Now to the arms of junior Paulo. Paulo tries to muscle his way through. Matt Ryan stands his ground, and a couple of mates come in and help out too. And the ball's out. So another chance for Windsor as we continue. That was the man in 23, Blackett. Very close to scoring, Lee.
Yeah, I'd like to see the replay on this. The Windsor Wolves are looking dangerous down this end of the field. They've got plenty of offloads in them. It's great to see them on the attack. Nice little place grubber in here. And he's going to go very close to scoring this.
Oh, gee, that was close, wasn't it? There's only a millimetre in it. Wentworthville, meantime, come back downfield just beyond their own 30-metre line. Mortimer plays it back to Hunt. They go down the short side with Humble. Matua couldn't quite make it stick, and Windsor are going to come up with the footy. They only trailed by 10, despite the fact that Wentworthville has had the majority of possession and certainly the majority of field position.
Yeah, definitely. Wentworthville have had the momentum, but Windsor are stuck in with the arm wrestle, and we've just seen a couple of good sets from them of late, and they get another chance here.
Undoubtedly at the 23rd minute mark of this first half, there'll be a flurry of interchange activity coming up over the next few minutes. On that note, let's go down to Drury. What's happening on the sideline?
Yeah, it looks like Aaron Fluke's about to come on in jumper 14 for the Magpies. Now, it's going to be very interesting to see what role he plays. Of course, Tom Humble now the 5'8". Fluke coming off the bench, and with Anthony Mitchell's departure, we might see Flukey play a bit of hooker today.
Okay, we'll watch out for that. There's very few positions in the back line that Aaron Fluke hasn't played over the years, either in the Bundy Red Cup or the New South Wales Cup, so we will watch that with interest. It'd be unlikely that Hunt would play 80 minutes, I would have thought, at acting half, so we'll see. Meanwhile, Kalfaliga is tackled by his opposite number, Michael Marte, as well as Fatiaki, his Manu Kafawa. He got stung in an early tackle in the game and looked to be in some discomfort, but he's now back on top of it. Humble, Mortimer, Matua, and did well. Got the pass away, had support on his left. And Windsor, coming from behind, was McConkey Tayausa to tackle Chris Walker. Now it's Armid accepting the inside ball from Tom Humble. And Armid, good leg drive. Goes towards the line, eventually tackled by Shane Blackett. And another chance for Wentworthville. They continue with the pressure. Here's big Pella Talese. They won't stop him from close range. And the big fella, the president of the New South Wales Cup Hair Bear Bunch, gets the try. 14-0 kick to come to the Magpies.
Oh, Pella Talese with a great hole run there. Set up well by Tommy Humble. He draws in the Windsor defender, and the big man is hard to stop it this far out from the try line.
You've got to say they did lack a sense of urgency defending on their own line, Windsor. Where were the troops there?
Yeah, there was a big hole in the defence there. I thought they should have pushed across and got an extra defender, especially on the big fella punching in on the line that he did.
Now Humble, kick away, and successful. 16 points to 0. Humble 2 from 3 with the boot thus far this afternoon. Drury.
Pella Talese with the try there. That was literally his first touch of the football, having just come onto the field for the first time today. Great run, sloppy defence from Windsor. With the new coach coming in at Penrith, David, I think there's really an opportunity for some of these Windsor players to now stand up with a fresh set of eyes evaluating their performance. So you'd think that they'd be lifted by the new coach coming in.
I'm glad you alluded to that. I didn't mean to mention, I was talking to Dick Pryor, the president of Windsor, ahead of kickoff, and I asked him, given Phil Gould's arrival at the foot of the Blue Mountains, what is the future of the joint venture between the Panthers and the Wolves? And Dick Pryor told me that Gus had been down a couple of weeks ago and is happy with the relationship and wants to help and wants to see it grow. So it's fantastic if you're a Windsor junior. You can recognise you've got a real shot at a pathway to the big time league.
Yeah, it's a great relationship with the Windsor Wolves, and for the juniors coming through, they do have a pathway to the big time there.